Hi, everybody, and welcome back. Hope your weekend went well. Hope you at least found some shade, if not some AC, even when the sun wasn't out yesterday. Still brutally hot. Humidity levels well up into the 80s percentile range, and that's going to be a trend. And we'll see the temperatures and humidity continue to roll on. 90 degrees expected pretty much all week. It does peak, however, on your Thursday, then a significant drop-off thereafter. We'll talk about that in more detail. Tonight, largely, we're going to talk about COVID. And we will do so by hearing from our governor, his recommendation for schools. Montgomery County schools set to open on the 11th, so just a little more than 2 weeks away. And then, of course, we will talk to our public health director and hear that today's numbers for new cases in Montgomery County, with many Mondays for the past several weeks and couple of months, down around nothing, or one case or two here and there. Even going back farther than that, today will be a significant number of cases to be reported. So we'll talk about all of that. And since I've got just a few seconds, even though it's not local news, it's Kentucky news, and that's important as well. The Olympics, okay, we'll not go into all of that. Not big in the ratings this year for whatever reason, and then there's some political things and all that. I really don't care about any of that. I care about, tonight at least, the UK students who have brought home the gold. So we need to at least recognize those young people, and then we'll get to COVID. It's always so cool to see a young person achieve their dream, and maybe even then some, and it's even much more so when they're a wildcat, right? University of Kentucky's Will Shaner brought home the gold, or will when he gets back to Kentucky, in the men's 10-meter air rifle yesterday. We had a slow start gold medal-wise the first day, but the second day we picked up several, a total of 6 for the United States, and Shaner was one of them, the 20-year-old winning a World Cup event earlier, qualifying for the Olympics, and I don't know how scoring works, but he was just 1.2 points less than the world record set in 2019 by a Chinaman. One of the top shooters in his age group and any in the country. He has, of course, represented Kentucky very well. He came in second place in the NCAA individuals, and he was a part of the national title winning team for the University of Kentucky. He's actually one of 2 Wildcats competing for the USA in Tokyo. Mary Tucker, she finished 6th in the women's air rifle final. That's also very awesome. And they will be competing in the mixed team event on tomorrow, I believe it is. So let's all wish them well. And UK student Lee Kiefer, I know most everyone has heard about this, possibly. The 27-year-old fencer made history yesterday, the first American woman to win gold in individual foil. She's a Wildcat as well. Her husband, also a Wildcat and on the fencing team for the U.S. This is Kiefer's 3rd Olympics. She competed, I think, in London and in Rio, but this is the first time she's brought home the hardware, and it is gold hardware. And she is a medical student at UK who is very proud to announce that that is where gold medalists are also now made. Just click on ConleyTire.net and you can shop for tires, find out more about services, brands, wheels, rims, their free coffee, free Wi-Fi, and free local shuttle service, and of course the latest and greatest current offers and specials, like how right now you can get up to $150 back on a set of Goodyears. That's ConleyTire.net, or you can always stop by in Staffordsville or give them a call at 297-2424. It's time to play the Lee's Famous Recipe Daily Lunch Special Game, where behind curtain number 1, we have our super tasty country fried steak sandwich. And behind curtain number 2, our famous chicken sandwich with lettuce, pickle, and mayo. And you can get either one of those on a bun or a biscuit. But wait, behind curtain number 3, our extra famous footlong with homemade chili. And all 3 come served with our famous hand-dipped potato wedges and a drink. Monday through Friday for lunch from 11 to 2 for just $5 plus tax. You're a winner either way you go at your Sayersville Lee's Famous Recipe.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
Appalachian Wireless is proud to offer the Emergency Broadband Benefit Discount. This federal program can reduce the cost of our 25 gig unlimited plan by up to $50 a month. If someone in your household qualifies for certain government benefit programs or experienced substantial loss in income in the last year, you may be eligible. Only one discount per household, and it's only available until allotted funds run out. For more details, go to AppalachianWireless.com/EBB. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. Unlimited data speeds will be slowed to 512 kilobytes after 25 gig per line.
There's no missing that this is the new McFarland and Tinker Law Office location on the Mountain Parkway in the former Farm Bureau building in Sagersville, just like there's no denying that their nearly 60 years of legal experience has won their clients millions and millions of dollars in disability, auto accident, and wrongful death cases. It's where your case matters to you and to us. McFarland and Tinker, also Griffey approved. Any and all health professionals you ask will say the same thing, that they believe essentially the United States is at a crossroads right now in regards to the pandemic and the return thereof. Positive cases each day have been increasing 2, 3, 4-fold over the past few weeks, not just for Kentucky, but for the nation as well. Well over 50,000 cases a day. That is 4 times more than it was just 4 weeks ago. And the Delta variant, much more aggressive. I've got some actual numbers on that tonight, as was presented by Dr. Stack and the governor earlier today. But we know it's much more virulent, and it spreads so much more. And it doesn't really care if you've had COVID or not. And at the same time, half the people have not been vaccinated. So you've got those two things working together, if you will, to create another serious situation. And that's where we'll begin tonight, as Governor Beshear today issued his recommendations for schools across the state of Kentucky, as school bells will be ringing, like I said, for McGoffin County here just in a matter of a couple of weeks. He says that first and foremost, the priority of not just the state and the government, but for families and parents and children, should be that of our kids, and for them to stay in school as many days as possible. After all the shutdowns, restrictions, losses, lives, it was vaccines that's got us to the point we are, to being as close to normal as we have been in well over a year. But with only half of the state and nation getting theirs, and now with the Delta variant, well, we're back where we were months ago, not back at the peak, mind you, and hoping to avoid that. But the Delta variant has been described as being 2.5 more times transmissible. It has a 1.5 times higher reinfection rate, and its viral load is 1,000 times that of the regular, if you will, or alpha coronavirus that shut down the world, with leaders saying that we are on track to possibly be where we were 5 or 6 months ago.
I mean, we're in one of the toughest places that this state has ever been in terms of losing people in the winter. The miracle of vaccines put us in the right direction. We had week after week after week of decreasing cases. But the deadly mixture of the variant plus those who have not been vaccinated is leading to a significant surge in cases that, as you look at, I mean, we got to go all the way back to March. The last 3 weeks, these are reported number of cases, not when we audit them and go back and remove duplicates. 3 weeks ago, 1,844 announced cases. Week after that, 3,217 cases.
And just last week, 5,622, with a tripling number of cases about every other week. Almost entirely in those people who are unvaccinated. Hospitalizations are up 3-fold, as are those in intensive care units across Kentucky. With the governor now taking into consideration that schools are about to be in session and making recommendations to students, staff, and families about the wearing of masks.
School districts should require all unvaccinated students and any unvaccinated adults to wear a mask when in classrooms or other indoor school settings. The way the Delta variant is spreading, if our goal is to have our kids in class the maximum number of days, this is a no-brainer. Second, School districts should require all students under 12 years of age to wear a mask when in classrooms and other outdoor school settings. Listen, that's part of the first one. I get that because they can't be vaccinated. But to have an entire classroom of kids in the midst of the Delta variant that can't be vaccinated, not wearing a mask, means you're not going to get many in-person school days. And third, school districts that want to optimize the number of days, the likelihood that they will be in person without any outbreaks, without large quarantines. If you want to optimize that, then you should consider universal masking, both unvaccinated and vaccinated. I think these are pretty clear. The science points to them. It's all about the priority. If we truly want as many in-person classroom days, these are steps that school districts will need to take. And we're also already seeing amongst youth more clusters and types of clusters that we would otherwise see in classrooms of unvaccinated individuals, whether that is youth sports, summer camps, high school sports, and or school summer enrichment programs. We are seeing that the Delta variant causes these types of clusters.
Right now at Speedy's in Sayersville, you can save enough cash on a carton of cigarettes to get gas or even something to eat at JJ's Burgers and Beer inside with $10 off of every carton of Marlboros. And right now, they've got $6 off cartons of Eagles and $3 off every carton of Sonomas and LDs. Stop, shop, and save right now at Speedy's in Sayersville. Now for a COVID update on a local level, Monday of last week, it was a number of cases. I think 5 reported that one day, in addition to several cases reported over the few previous days before that. Fortunately, however, it all waned for the rest of the week, and we had zeros all the way up until today, where we're starting off another week with another very significant number.
Well, I came in this morning, we had 2, and by the time I left this afternoon, we've had 7 positive cases today.
If you don't mind, elaborate a bit. I know that we had, I think, 8 or 9 cases over the past couple of weeks that were related to a church event. We had numerous people hospitalized. What can you tell me about these?
Today, we can only one of the 7 was related to the church group, and so all the rest of them were unrelated. They just different random people who got the virus, and no rhyme or reason, they just got it. And hopefully, what we're seeing is a gradually increase every week and during the days from last week. It just seems like over the state, we're just getting more and more cases.
The governor said that we should all, at this point, just treat and act as though every case is the Delta variant. Is that how we're moving on?
Yeah, whether it's the variant or not, if you get it, it's bad. Especially if you're not been vaccinated. Now, if you're vaccinated, even with the Delta variant, it's still, you don't get as severe cases. But it's been proven time and time again that now 99% of the people that are getting the COVID virus now, whether it be the variant or not, have been not vaccinated, and that's just a fact. And
having COVID is not the same. Having had it once before is not the same as being vaccinated.
No. Those antibodies wear off real quickly after a period of time. After about 3 months, I think. I can't remember the exact time frame. But once you have the COVID, and then after about 2 or 3 months, you're going to be susceptible to it again.
Are we still even seeing folks get vaccinated? Is the McGoffin Health Department, do you even have it to offer now? I know it was getting down to where you were seeing 0 people practically come in and want it.
We've had calls since the variants came out, and more people have been getting to want the vaccine, but the health department does not have any of the vaccines right now. Walgreens has it in Sayersville, and I haven't checked with Hope this week or Frontier if they've got any. They were going to try to get some in and do some of the kids with the J&J, but I don't know where they're done. But Walgreens is doing them all. What problem we have is we have to order in 100 allotments, and we haven't had just a trickle full of people the last month wanting the vaccine. So if we get it and it stays too long, then we lose it. So we've not even ordered any, unless if it wasn't to pick up and a lot of people start calling in wanting us to give them the vote. Once we get to about 25 or 30 people that want it, then we will probably go ahead and order a shipment and vaccinate again. But we've got to have the numbers before we can do that.
What about on the topic of masks, Pete? The governor, as you know, recommending that, essentially recommending that all unvaccinated students and staff certainly wear masks, and then it's not a bad idea for everyone to wear them. I myself, vaccinated in close proximities or tight quarters with a large crowd, I'm probably going to start wearing a mask. What kind of stance is the health department going to take on it?
In my opinion, right now, everybody that's going to the school that's unvaccinated needs to wear a mask. Anybody that's unvaccinated needs to wear a mask. That's just part of it. That's going to keep you from getting the COVID in most cases. Even vaccinated people that can get it, I've got a mask. I keep a mask in my pocket now. I'm going to start putting it on when I'm in a crowd. If you're in a big room, not around many people, but if you get in amongst 4 or 5 people, you might ought to put that thing on, because this variant seems to have such a high viral load that it's real easily transmitted, and it's real easy caught by other people. And it's just because it just has there's so many of the viral stuffs in your body that I guess it just comes out like a big cloud, and it's not like the first coronavirus viral load. It's a lot lower. This one's a lot higher, and it's a lot more contagious. So I would recommend, even if you don't like it, still wear the mask. And I'm going to start, like I say, I hadn't for a while because I've been vaccinated, but I was in Lexington today, and quite a few more people were wearing the mask. And I think it's just good to, especially if you're going to be around a lot of people, you need to be wearing a mask.
Out of all the people at the health department that have been vaccinated, out of all the people that you've talked to in your profession as mayor and as public health director, have you had one person have any complications or any problems from a vaccine?
No, none. Other than a few side effects, and that's just you will get some symptoms. Some people will from the virus, and that's just your body building up the antibodies to fight off that virus. And I know you might be a little sick, might have a headache for a day or two, but that's it. There's nothing. Nobody's caught the virus from the vaccine. Nobody's died that I know of from the vaccine. You get the vaccine, you have a few side effects from it. Some people do, some people don't. But in all, you are immune to the COVID virus then, and that's the main thing.
And taking a quick look at the incident rate map for today, the lowest number of green and the highest number of red counties that we have had for the past several months. Down to only 4 green counties, and red are totaling 23. With that said, here's tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar. Janice Rose stopped me at Lee's Famous Recipe the other day and said, hey, you need to know about this. And indeed I did, and so does everyone else. And it's for this Saturday, a Christmas in July sale at the Sagersville Renaissance Center. A whole lot of vendors, more than what's even on the flyer. I think they've added some more, but Pampered Chef, t-shirt sales, Scentsy, Avon, Pure Romance, homemade hot dogs and treats as well. Wholesale goods, porch signs, paparazzi, Tupperware, Rainbow Girls, fundraiser, decals, homemade towels, tumblers, and more. It is this Saturday, 10 till 5. Again, right downtown and right just down from the Ordinance Today Sagersville Independent offices at the Renaissance Center. Calling all veterans, the DAV Chapter 15 is asking for all names of any veterans who are not on the McGoffin County Veterans Memorial Wall in the Ramey Park. They are getting ready to have another engraving, and they need any other additional names to be submitted by July the 30th. Now, there's no fee for having your name added. They just need to know if you are a veteran or have a veteran in your family whose name is not on that wall, so it can be added. And a quick reminder, the Sagersville First Baptist Church is having Vacation Bible School starting August the 2nd. That's next week. Oh my gosh, it's painful to even say. August is here. Anyway, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 5:45 to 8 nightly. And I'll put your announcement like these on the program for free, of course. It's been 20-some years, the same thing. You know how it works. Birthdays and anniversaries are also included in that. So tell me, and I'll tell everyone else. Well, we lost one of our centurions, is that correct? At the age of 100. Nanny Beatrice Collinsworth of Round Mountain Branch here in Sagersville passed away Sunday. Funeral services in her honor. I'll have those as soon as they are made. They're incomplete at this hour, but to be announced soon by the Sagersville Funeral Home. Again, Nanny Beatrice Collinsworth, at the age of 100, passing away at her home on yesterday. Welcome to East Kentucky's premier vape and CBD shop, offering all natural tobacco alternatives and everything vape and smoke shop related. Everything you're looking for and everything you're not. Best quality, best prices, best service.
Come to Appalachian Smoke Shop for all your tobacco alternatives and accessories, as well as products like CBD, kratom, and legal THC that people are telling us they're using to treat pain, anxiety, depression, difficulty sleeping, and lack of energy, as well as just for overall wellness. Make it your one stop, Appalachian Smoke Shop.
It's back. Boy, oh boy, is it back. The 17th annual Magoffin County Community Day is set for Saturday, August the 21st, 10 a.m. in the Ramey Park in Sagersville, where a $10 ticket gets you in to see music all day. From Rhonda Vincent and the Rage, Ralph Stanley II and the Clinch Mountain Boys, Hammertown, Lenny Centers and Centerline, Caleb Doherty Band, Black Powder Express, True Gospel Echoes, the Project Echo Kids, and more. And that $10 ticket also gets you entered to win a car. All the food, fun, games, and prizes you've come to love at the 17th annual Magoffin County Community Day. Remember, $10 gets you in and a chance to win, and kids 12 and under get in free. Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question. With 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Call the pros. All Pro Gutter Works specializes in seamless gutters, vinyl siding, metal roofing, replacement doors and windows, remodeling or adding on to your home with free and fair estimates backed by decades of happy and return customers with guaranteed satisfaction and 18 months 0% financing. All Pro Gutter Works, 349-9999. Summer is definitely in full swing at the seasonal shop, where it is filled with new arrivals in home decor, women's clothing, Ridge and Holler, and more. They've given their home decor a fresh look, and they have new displays literally wall to wall, from farmhouse to traditional, equestrian, and more. And Oat Shore neoprene bags are the latest craze in women's accessories, and they've got dozens of colors and styles available right now, and new ones coming in daily. And lily planters have arrived just in time for school or work. And don't leave the guys out. Ridge and Holler shirts, yes, that's a Magoffin County Cadillac cap, and hats are a huge seller at the seasonal shop. Designs so unique and so special for our area. Designs you can only get at the seasonal shop. They still have delivery, baby and wedding registry, curbside service, and more. Now let's wrap it up with your Licking Valley RACC outlook, where it's looking brutal, just brutal. For most of the week, I say that because it is not for all of the week. You've got until the end of Thursday until we get rid of the brutal heat and humidity. Yes, seeing the 90s for a few days this week will make the low 80s look like a cold snap. 64 degrees tonight and mostly clear skies. Yeah, humidity levels up into the 80s. And you've known it, you felt it. If you went out and tried to breathe walking across the yard, or much less had work to do outside, those folks who have to work outside, you know, this is the heat you got to watch yourself in, because you can get dehydrated ever so quickly without realizing, especially when you worked yesterday or the day before and it was bearable, and then all of a sudden, hey, it's not. Keep your eye on it. Most of the clear skies tonight, a calm wind, and again, 64 degrees. We'll be very close to 90 tomorrow, so much that it's going to be just as unbearable tomorrow as it will be Wednesday and Thursday. The humidity levels are going to be up into the 80s, maybe mid to even upper 80s tomorrow. A little fog in the AM, sunny thereafter, right at 90 degrees almost with it tomorrow. Lows in the nights around mid 60s, upper 60s by Thursday, as we'll continue to see temperatures climb a degree or two. Midweek, sunny, hot, definitely hitting 90, I believe. Humidity levels will go right along with it in check. Mostly clear that night at 67. Thursday, it's the last day of it, at least for a little while. 90 degrees, mostly sunny, mostly humid. But with our next front, shower chances will make their way back in, and that's a good thing in the respect that we'll go from that 90 and unbearable humidity levels on Thursday to a more comfortable, without a doubt, 83 on your Friday, and then we're going to stay there for a while. And it's not a washout right now. We could see some good showers or storms. We'll talk more about that when it gets closer. Friday's a long way away right now. But low 80s will be the trend. Mostly sunny and partly sunny skies will be the trend. And, yeah, shower chances like what we've seen will be the pattern as well, to the tune of 30 or 40%. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We just got to get through the next 3 days before we'll welcome the lower 80s back to town. Going to wrap it up for tonight. A host of other news and important reports that we are working on for not just the show, but for this week's of the Sagersville Independent as well. So join me tomorrow, and we'll start to talk about that and more. Good night, good Monday. Stay cool if at all possible, and I'll see you tomorrow night.